Ready to put the pedal to the metal? It's a great time to buy an American car if you know where to find the right deals. Big bargains, best buys. A Money Crunch report on the CBS Evening News tomorrow.
After a hard day, most people like to unwind. So this fall, CBS will have Monday night comedies and a whole new comedy lineup on Fridays, too. That's enough laughs to get you through the week. All you have to do is get through the door.
This is CBS.
In 1991, beer companies spent more than $45 million producing television commercials and about another $500 million to run them. At the Pabst Brewing Company, we've invited you to say PB Army ASAP when you want a great beer. And some people have asked us why. The answer is simple and doesn't cost millions and millions of dollars to explain. Pabst is very good beer that doesn't cost a lot of money. So the next time you want a great beer at a great price, say PB Army ASAP. Thank you. End of commercial.
Dave Thomas introduces the $1.99 kids meal.
I like it when parents bring their kids to Wendy's. So we're giving moms and dads a break by lowering the price to just $1.99 every day on our kids meal. It's still got a Wendy's hamburger with a junior frosty or soft drink and fries. And I didn't forget the fun toy.
Yeah!
I was a kid once too.
Now get free koala yummies in Wendy's kids meals, including the $1.99 hamburger kids meal.
Hi, I'm Max Holmes, and I want to talk to you about buying cars. You're the only one who knows when you're ready, but when you are, we want to be on your list. We've sold tens of thousands of cars, each one at the right price. We have 5 new car showrooms and 3 used car lots, the largest, best-equipped service facilities in the Midwest in 4 separate locations. $1 million parts inventory and 2 complete collision centers. We've got it all. And when you're ready, we're ready.
Clouds in your forecast will tell you about it after the game.
He's waiting, about a car length and a half behind Al Jr. Al Jr. now lengthens it out. He's trying to hold him up. Goodyear low, Jagger high. They go to 4, Bob Leaving. Allister Jr. has the lead. One more turn to go. Here they come. Coming to the finish line. Bob Jenkins, who's going to win it? The checkered flag is out. Goodyear makes a move. Little Al wins by just a few tenths of a second. Perhaps the closest finish of the history of the Indianapolis 500.
It's deep down. I've got a thug that gotta quench it. I've got a thug that gotta drench it. That deep down fire thirst.
Nothing quenches your thirst and puts back fluids and minerals better than Gatorade.
People love the old type of granola, but didn't know it was loaded with fat. Introducing new Kellogg's low-fat granola. Lots of delicious whole grains, almonds, and raisins, but only half the fat of leading granolas. New Kellogg's low-fat granola. Great taste, half the fat.
If you want the granola that's low in fat, naturally you'd choose this one, new Kellogg's low-fat granola. But if you want the one that was overwhelmingly preferred in taste tests, you'd still pick this one.
Kellogg's low-fat granola. Better taste, half the fat.
Nothing satisfies so many people in so many different ways. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Let's say you're cutting out for a game of pool, or games around a pool. Now you can enjoy a non-alcoholic brew that delivers taste, not promises. Son of a Gun Cutter really does taste like beer, and no wonder. It's brewed like beer. Genuine Coors through and through. So whether you're a doggy cutter or a dogie cutter, Coors Cutter's got the genuine beer taste you've been hankering for. Nothing cuts it like a cutter.
Hetty appeared to be the perfect roommate, but appearances...
Where the hell have you been?
...can be deceiving.
Nothing she told me was true.
And living with a roommate...
I've had it with you.
...be murder.
Hetty! Don't make me come get you! Bridget Fonda, Jennifer Jason Leigh. Single white female.
Be careful, she's crazy.
Rated R at theaters August 14th.
You probably think the best American car value is some little econo box you have to settle for, right? Nope. It's a Buick. The luxurious Buick Park Avenue. That's according to the Complete Car Cost Guide. They calculated the 5-year cost of depreciation, financing, insurance, fuel, maintenance, and repairs, and found that Park Avenue is the best American car value. For a free reprint from the Complete Car Cost Guide, call 1-800-4-BUICK.
Hey, no more questions about Bo's hip, okay? No more questions about football, baseball, advertising. Shut up! You thought it was over? Wrong! It ain't over till the hip socket sinks, okay? So Bo's got a bum hip, so what? Look what he's doing with that hip. He's hitting the bike, he's hitting the weights, he's wearing the shoes. As a matter of fact, he's in the pool, wearing the shoes, riding the bike with 120 pounds of weight strapped to his neck, okay? And what are you and your good hip doing right now? Watching commercials! I think you hear me knocking, and I think I'm coming in, and I'm bringing Bo and his big bad hip with me.
Of 144 different import and domestic cars, only the elite make J.D. Power & Associates' top 10 models an initial quality list. That list now includes the Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra. We believe it reflects the commitment of the people who make it and the dealers who sell it, as well as the wisdom of the people who bought it. Cutlass Sierra from Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
E of fx cosine squared over the derivative of sine cosine x to the fourth power 1 has to first differentiate the reciprocal inverse powers of the equation, thus canceling the variables from both sides. This then allows us to apply Bohr's theorem to the entire equation, making sine cosine cubed now 4 times y sine minus the derivative of 6f of x squared, and making sine cosine squared equal to, anybody? Anyone got this?
You won't believe what goes into the preseason sale at JCPenney. Like incredible savings throughout the store on next season's newest fashions. For him. For her. For the kids. And for the home. When you consider everything that goes into the JCPenney preseason sale, you'll appreciate the great values you get out of it even more. Official outfitter of the U.S. Olympic team.
Arnold Palmer, Chi-Chi Rodriguez, and the field of living legends, the Ameritech Senior Open, this weekend on CBS Sports.
7th inning stretch, 10-1 in favor of the American League.
CBS Sports presents the 63rd All-Star Game from San Diego, brought to you by Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering, the people at Nike who encourage you to just do it, and by Columbia Pictures, A League of Their Own, America's favorite summer movie.
Of 144 different import and domestic cars, only the elite make J.D. Power & Associates' top 10 models an initial quality list. That list now includes the Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra. We believe it reflects the commitment of the people who make it and the dealers who sell it, as well as the wisdom of the people who bought it. Cutlass Sierra from Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'm not a real doctor. But if I were, I'd recommend ligament for occasional muscle pain.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Joanne Cern talks about her new Goodyear Aquatred all-season radials.
I was taking my daughter to play rehearsal, and it was pouring.
The advanced Deep Groove Aqua Channel channels water away as you drive.
And the lady in front of me just stopped. And I expected to skid, and I didn't.
Aquatred, only from Goodyear.
And that convinced me right then and there.
Aquatred, we like to say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
Hey, you think you're busy? 2 words, Deion Sanders. He's scoring touchdowns, he's hitting triples, he's getting his hair done. He's wearing 7,000 pounds worth of clothing, he's staying with his posse, he's out of control. He's washing his cars, he's riding in his helicopter. He's babysitting his daughter, he's tying his shoes. He's still out of control. He's so busy he needs 2 nicknames, Prime Time and Neon Dion. Okay? But he's still hitting the bike, the weights, the road, and the pool. And you know what? He's still still out of control. I think you hear me knocking, and I think I'm coming in. And I got Dion and his 27 nicknames with me. Need a nickname? Maybe he'll lend you one. Wrong.
Dan Rather with a Democratic Convention update live from New York's Madison Square Garden. They've gone into extra innings here, running about 40 minutes behind, leading up to a photo opportunity for elected women officials on the podium. Part of the Democratic Party's strategy to make this year not only the year of the woman, but the year of the Clinton-Gore ticket. Earlier, the Democratic Party approved the Clinton-Gore middle-of-the-road platform, calling for law and order, work for welfare recipients, and a strong U.S. military. It's all according to the Clinton plan, leading up to the nominating speech here tomorrow night of Mario Cuomo for Bill Clinton and party unity, hopefully, for the fall campaign. Dan Rather at the Democratic Convention in New York. More later. Now back to San Diego and the game.
For new vehicle quality, Chevrolet is the best full-size pickup. That's a quote from J.D. Power and Associates, one of the most authoritative research companies in the automotive business. Chevrolet is the best full-size pickup, the highest initial quality in its class. Only Chevrolet, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
The fight, 10 against 1.
We're bad. We're very bad.
The stakes, a couple of million.
You think I'm here to steal dimes and quarters out of cookie jars?
Now, it's up to this guy to make history.
How old is this boy?
48. Or this guy is history.
Where can you ever get $500,000?
Yep. James Woods, Louis Gossett Jr. Diggs Down, rated R. Starts Friday, August 14th at theaters everywhere.
He's defeated Mothra. He's defeated Angus and Mecha Godzilla. But he's never faced an adversary like this. Godzilla versus Charles Barkley. It's the battle of the century. Get ready to see a real monster jam.
Bo loves CBS shows. Oh. Bo would love to have his own CBS show. Perhaps Major Bo. Or Northern Bo.
Yes!
Or Evening Bo. Bo just has one condition.
Okay.
Bo would like to star in 2 shows at one time.
Discover the secret of Sicily, Alaska.
What is it around here? In the water?
And discover the animal in you. Northern Exposure, Monday.
This game summary is sponsored by Budweiser.
It has been All-American League from the outset. 7 base hits, all of them singles for 4 runs off Tom Glavine in the first inning. Joe Carter singled in Roberto Alomar, the first RBI in an All-Star game ever by a Blue Jay. Ken Griffey Jr. hit the first home run of the ball game, a solo shot in the third to make it 6-0. A 4-run sixth, highlighted by Ruben Sierra's 2-run homer. Finally, the National League got on the board.
Columbia Pictures presents Great Moments in Baseball History. 1839, Abner Doubleday invents the game. 1927, Babe Ruth makes it the national pastime. 1992, the ladies take the field.
Not bad.
And America discovers a league of their own.
Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
The critics are calling it, hands down, the best movie of the summer. A League of Their Own, rated PG at theaters now.
Come on, let me show you where it's at.
Oh, baby, come on. Let me show you where it's at.
Whoa, 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 let me show you where it's at. Call me the light, I like it like that. Come on.
While styles change and rearrange, Miller Lite is brewed from the start to be the one great tasting beer that's less filling. It's everything you want a beer to be. Then, now, and forever.
Come on.
When you've got a tough case of athlete's foot, the itching, the cracking, the burning, you want a medicine that acts tough. Tough Actin Tenactin.
Clinically proven Tenactin cures even the tough cases of athlete's foot fungus. Get Tough Actin Tenactin.
5 hours in a balloon, how romantic.
5 hours? What about my diarrhea?
Don't worry, honey. I brought the Fermitine.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
There are 2 kinds of cars. The cars you love to drive and the cars you need to drive. The cars that really handle and the cars that handle the groceries. The cars you don't want to stop driving and the cars that make the stops you need. With standard anti-lock brakes and a 200 horsepower V6, Chevy Lumina Euro 3.4 is two kinds of car for one kind of driver. You. The cars more people depend on. And now it's easy to win with the heartbeat.
Take my son to daycare every day, and his security is my primary concern.
Paul Kewen talks about his new Goodyear AquaTread radials.
When I first saw the AquaTread, I thought, okay, I see how the water is going to flow away.
The advanced Deep Groove Aqua Channel channels water away as you drive.
I feel like I've got control in different conditions.
AquaTread, only from Goodyear. Paul Kewen knows, and it's why we say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
I feel very confident.
You're always sitting there dreaming of hitting this game-winning grand slam. I kind of looked away and I said, this could be the day. And when it got 3-2, I knew he had to come in a fastball. Bam, my first grand slam.
Capture the feeling of hitting a grand slam with Upper Deck hologram card sponsored by Coca-Cola. A limited edition of 26 Grand Slam sluggers. Get one card free when you buy a new Grand Slam entree and a Coke Classic, only at Denny's.
You know, I could look at this grand slam for a long time.
The experience of buying a $60,000 car is, to say the least, different. You get to walk around a showroom without looking over your shoulder. Nobody makes you have a conversation you really don't want to have. And you're given all the time you need to make your decision. It's a pretty nice way to shop for an automobile. And it feels even better when the car you're looking at costs around $12,000.
All-star Wade Boggs leads the Red Sox against Kirby Puckett and the reigning World Series champion Twins. Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern on CBS.
Bo loves working out doing 60 minutes. When the show's over, Bo knows it's time to do push-ups with his other arm.
For new vehicle quality, Chevrolet is the best full-size pickup. That's a quote from J.D. Power and Associates, one of the most authoritative research companies in the automotive business. Chevrolet is the best full-size pickup, the highest initial quality in its class. Only Chevrolet, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
Some people think he's a Superman, but when a 45-year-old has to throw 75 fastballs, even Nolan Ryan's muscles can ache. So after the game, it's the medicine doctors recommend most for sprains and strains, Advil.
For me, it's a couple of Advil, and those muscle aches are long gone. And Advil's gentler on my stomach than aspirin.
Today, it isn't aspirin or Tylenol acetaminophen. It's Advil.
I feel ready to go another 9 innings.
Advil, tablets and caplets, advanced medicine for pain.
High-performance cars, luxury performance cars, family cars, light trucks. If you've got the car, Michelin's got the tire.
You know, I've messed up on a few relationships in my life, but there's one that's lasted over 35 years with a lot of help from Quaker State. It's tough on wear, tough on sludge. So Quaker State and I are planning on a meaningful relationship with my new car. So why don't you do the same with your new car's engine, and Quaker State will guarantee it for 250,000 miles or 10 years in writing. You think if I gave Lonnie the Quaker State deal, she'd give me the same guarantee? Quaker State is one tough motor oil.
And isn't it true that this auto part did, in fact, come from the defendant's car?
Objection. Prosecution is leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer the question.
This part most definitely came from that car.
And how can you be sure?
I work for Napa Auto Parts. It's my job to be sure.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Napa people are parts experts, so they can answer any question, whatever the case may be.
My
dad is not a morning person. See? But once I get him to the shower with Coast, he gets better. The bold, brisk scent of Coast wakes him up. He likes the lather, too. He says Coast makes him feel like a whole new man. If it works with my dad, it'll work with anyone.
Coast, the eye-opener.
That's my mom. Here we go again.
It's the bottom of the ninth. 1 out, a runner on third. You're down by 1, so you strategize. The signal goes in, and the suicide squeeze is on. Your runner takes an easy lead off third because he doesn't want to tip the pitcher that the batter's going to bunt, which he does, and your guy knows it's good, and he's screaming down the chalk. The pitcher's only play is first, and you eat the sacrifice for an RBI and a brand new game. That's the suicide squeeze, and that's baseball.
A message from Major League Baseball.
Not long ago at Subway headquarters, our founder, Fred, had a good idea. Why not take the best part of a chicken, that being the breast, cook it the best possible way, that being slow oven roasting, and serve it on the best bread around, that being Subway's fresh baked bread. The result, the new sliced roast chicken breast sandwich, a sandwich fit for a king. And since our chicken's 93% fat-free, it's fit for fit kings too.
For more information on the new sliced roast chicken breast sandwich, visit the Subway near you.
To inaugurate their new swimming pool, the Lake Edna Thompsons had a splashy event with food from KFC. They got 15 pieces of original recipe for $9.99 and 15 pieces of new honey barbecue chicken for $9.99. Everyone dove into that scrumptious KFC chicken, which was the only diving Mr. Thompson permitted. 15 pieces of original recipe or honey barbecue chicken, just $9.99. A hot deal in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
CBS Sports coverage of the 63rd All-Star Game from San Diego is brought to you by Cold-Filtered Genuine Draft and Miller Genuine Draft Light, taking the country by storm. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires. And by Chevrolet, the cars and trucks more people depend on.
Well, welcome 1 o'clock Eastern Time, with Major League Baseball continues on CBS with the Boston Red Sox against the Minnesota Twins. You've been watching the 63rd Major League Baseball All-Star Game on CBS Sports, home of baseball's biggest games, the League Championship Series and the World Series. His daddy did it in 1980. 12 years later, Ken Griffey Jr. keeps it in the family, and for one night, his dream of being an All-Star has come true. In fact, even better. On this night, he's the best of the best. What were you doing when you were 22 years old? Good night, everybody.
They come from China, from Thailand, from England, Germany, France, and Australia. Every 4 years, the Olympic Games bring people together, just as we do, every day. United. Come fly the airline that's uniting the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
When you look for champions, you look to CBS Sports.
This is CBS.
Coming up next on the TV8 News, Tom Harkin taking center stage in New York City. We'll have a live satellite report coming up.
Also tonight, federal help could be on the way for storm-ravaged parts of Iowa. And the ballet offers a musical opportunity for some special students.
Sarah's forecast, Heidi with softball, and we'll take a look at a 5-story treehouse. TV8 News is next, live at 10:45.
Here's another great reason to switch to Pizza Hut delivery. Free pie in July.
Free pie in July. Free pie in July.
Get a free medium single-topping pizza when you buy a large pepperoni lovers, meat lovers, or supreme pizza at regular price. Free pie in July. Free pie in July. So make the switch to Pizza Hut. It's gonna be a great